Step into video game land. Welcome to Fine Time.
Hello, party people. It's your boy Dre, and it's my ghost, Steve.
Oh, I think he's frozen, like legit frozen.
No, he's here. I can see his mother. I can see him moving. He's here.
I'm pretty sure he's frozen for me.
No, come on. He's faking us out. Okay, maybe he's frozen. He would break by now. Okay, never mind. Let's start. I don't know. We don't know what happened to Steve just now. Let's start the show over, I guess, when he gets back. Let's try this again, okay? Let's take it from the top.
Step into video game land. Welcome to Fine Time.
Hello, party people. It's your boy Dre, and it's also my ghost Steve. That's pretty good. You know what that sounded like? This is very specific. It sounded like the ghost noise, like when you put in a coin in Haunted Castle. Ooh, that thing. Wouldn't you agree, Kevin? Haunted Castle expert.
That was a haunted castle door.
I mean,
it's good, hey?
I mean, look, if like a axe armor or something died and it had that sound, I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, all right, I'll take it.
I'm okay with it. I'm
not a classically trained noisemaker like Steven.
Classically trained. I trained myself.
That sounds like someone. That sounds like classically trained noisemaker. Sounds like it'd be in the bio of some obnoxious prick on Twitter in like 2015 who has like 30K followers and they think they're like the shit. You know, like those people who have like, you know, like poisoned by clout. You know, they think they're so fucking cool. You know, like
look, I would love to have like sat under a waterfall being taught by Frank Welker. You know, the guy who's been making all those noises forever, but you know, that's not me. It's just not.
Okay.
You'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, thanks for believing in me, you guys.
You'll get there when you grow up. All right. Well, video games. Am I right, guys? I mean, shit. Video fucking games. And Kevin is once again here to talk about Silksong.
Steve, okay, since we're in Steve sound effect mode, can you give me like a breaking news update? You know, like a, I don't know.
Will we get in trouble if we play the A Current Affair sound? Do you guys remember A Current Affair?
Yeah, I do, and I don't know.
That thing? Kevin, no, maybe Kevin didn't have it up there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking
never mind.
Well, it might. Maybe we did have it up here. I also want to note that I'm substantially younger than either of you, so that it might be a generational gap. Is the reason I don't know? Possibly.
A Current Affair got canceled in like the mid '90s, so maybe.
Yeah. Well, my memory doesngoing go much past the mid '90s. So
all right. Gotcha.
All right.
Tell us
Anyways, now
about
with all these
Silksong.
sound effects, I'm ready to. I'm going to talk about Silksong yet again. This might be a recurring segment for the next 3 to 4 years. I don't know.
I can't wait.
Where am I at? So I have been at a place for quite a while where apparently, according to my son, who has rolled credits, where I can challenge the, quote unquote, roll credits boss. I know I'm sure there's, definitely more like real ending type stuff after this boss, but apparently he fought it. He said that one wasn't that hard and that he rolled the credits. However, I've been neglecting to attempt that boss at all. I don't even know what the boss is yet until I feel like I've really explored everything up to the point where you can do that to my satisfaction. So I don't need to 100% everything and find every little secret, but I want to complete it up to the standards where I feel like I've done it as inclusively as I want to feel satisfied. I've still got like points on the map where I can see that there's, something I haven't found to get to a different area, or, other stuff to clear out. I want to like thoroughly do that. There have been a few major hurdles in the form of bosses as I've pursued this endeavor, including one that I spent at least 3 hours. If I had to ballpark, probably 3.5 hours on. And again, similar to the one I talked about the first time I talked about this game, there is a brutally frustrating run back. It's probably 3 to 4 minutes of traversal each time you want to attempt the boss. Ooh. And I fucking still hate that because it's hard to even get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start to like learn the flow of this boss. I'm going to learn what to watch out for, because I'm so close to being dead half the time by the time I get there. And I'm so fucking rattled that it's really hard to establish, where I'm trying to get to with that boss. Even worse, this run back, which is in, I would say definitely the hardest section of the map, so far at least. That run back is very RNG dependent. Sometimes the enemy placement is such that it's not too bad at all to get to the boss. Sometimes it's fucking horrible, and I will die just because of where there's like randomized enemies placed on that path, and that fucking sucks.
Why are they okay? So like, why is that RNG though? So like, okay, so are you saying sometimes there's more enemies than usual, or they'll just be in random spots?
Sometimes there are more, sometimes there are less, and sometimes they are in different spots. So specifically in this location, you have to do a whole bunch of like, attack, because so it's got the mechanic where like when you attack, then it like replenishes your double jump, so you have to attack and then jump, and there's like certain things in the air that you have to keep attacking so you can jump and float over to the next one, attack it, float and jump. But there's sometimes there are no enemies in between these things. Sometimes there are like 3 or 4. They follow you around, and when you hit them so they'll charge at you. When you hit them 3 times, they'll also sit there and explode, so it like completely fucks you up and throws off your flow. Not to mention, if you fall in the wrong spot in this area, you get poisoned where you can't replenish your health. It's like a whole fucking thing. And I really feel like in that case, they needed to say every time you play this, these are where these like small enemies are going to be. So whether they make it hard or they make it easy, at least there's like an established pattern, because you have to go. I probably attempted that boss, man, I bet you like over 40 times, probably.
Wow.
And had to go through this run back each time. And it was always like, oh, where are these fucking flying things going to be? It sucked. I'm not letting myself pause extensively when I'm stuck on these bosses either. Not that I won't like walk away from the game, but I, once I get to this point where I'm like really stuck on these bosses, I'm like playing like as much as I can that day and the next, because I know if I am this stuck and this frustrated, if I leave it and I walk away for like a week, there is a chance I just won't go back because it feels like too intimidating to go fuck with that again. I've had a few times when I've stopped playing for like 5 days in a row because I just finally got past that spot. And there's something like comforting about knowing that when I am ready to go back and play it, that I can like actually play it and do something enjoyable and explore, not just do the same fucking frustrating thing over and over and over again.
You are having a time with this fucking
Kevin,
video.
this is a shitty way to look at a video game.
Yeah, these are like things that I've never. These are like concepts about playing a game that I've never really even thought of. Like I like in a way I have. I always have a thing like if I'm playing Zelda or something that has like specific area dungeons. I want to like do that dungeon either in one sitting or like within the span of a day, because then I remember where I'm at and I'm kind of like in the flow of it. So I've thought about it in terms of that, but this is like, I've never like played a game with the like mental structure as I am with this fucking game. And I want to revisit the comparison between this and the original Hollow Knight. Now, last time, or the first time I talked about this, I said, I'm not really sure which of the two is my favorite. I've probably got to finish Silksong before I decide that. I've at this point, like decidedly 100% landed on Hollow Knight. And as I said before, like there are a number of big, important ways that Silksong, like, very far surpasses the original. And I think I would classify Silksong as quote unquote a better game. But I'm really like dwelling on how much of the time I'm spending playing this game where I'm enjoying it. And when I am enjoying it, I'm really enjoying it. I think it feels great. It looks great. It's a distinct like piece of art. But the amount of times when I'm playing it and I'm not enjoying it is excessive. I talked before about that feeling of like the fist pump moment when you finally finish a boss. And I'm having that less and less. Like these bosses, some of them are so fucking hard and frustrating. Like I'm always just getting that like, solemn, thank fucking Christ, I'm never going to have to do this again. Like it's not like a like elatement moment when I finish those bosses.
I think you should just beat the game. I think you should just roll those credits and just call it a day.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I'm like I think it's been a very long time since I've been this like emotionally invested in a game. And of course there's fucking like good emotions and bad emotions, but I need to like see this through for my own like personal vindication. If I say I'm getting too frustrated and this is fucking with me too much, I am going to go just roll the credits. I'm not going to worry about post game stuff. I'm not going to worry about stuff I missed. It's that's literally going to haunt me. Like every time I think about Silksong, I will think about like how much I respected it and like didn't give it its due, kind of. Despite,
Kevin, you just spent 5 minutes telling us how much it didn't respect you.
I know. I've got to. What's the fucking term where you like, like admire and respect your abuser? What's the term for that?
Oh, not gaslighting.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
Yes, I have Stockholm syndrome with Silksong.
You sure do.
Silksong made you its bitch. Okay.
Yeah. That being said, I want to like give this playthrough my like. I think the game does deserve it.
Isn't there a Tool song called "Prison Sex"? Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing? Okay, yeah.
And that's got its whole... Well, I mean, that's if you go and like read the lyrics of that song, there's very like morbid, but you can definitely take away a story out of that. And it's probably not a like one for one comparison here.
I've never actually heard it. I have no idea. I just know that that's a song that they have. That's all. I've never actually heard the song.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to like prison sex the game. I'll leave it at that. Now that being said, like, I think, I don't know when I'm going to die, but I like to imagine in my life, I'm going to have like a few more playthroughs of Hollow Knight in me. I can see every like 7 or 8 years or after a period of time being like, man, I'm going to go do Hollow Knight again. I don't think I'm ever going to fucking do this again. I need to like do it once and like do it the right way. But I have a hard time seeing myself in 10 years like ever wanting to do this again. I don't know. I think I can even tell by the way I hear myself. I'm emotional.
You are. I don't think I legit in the history of this show, I don't think you've ever been this like up a game's ass about like about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really don't think so. Yeah. This has to be it.
It's interesting too because I like obviously I was excited for this. I was the one every time there's a direct like, oh, there's no fucking Silksong. Like I was looking forward to this a lot. I did not think I was going to have as much invested in this game as I do. Probably because it has like challenged me so much. I think if I finish this game, this will be the hardest game I've ever finished. I struggle to think of finishing anything that I consider like as hard as this game. It's fucking hard.
That's a good question. What's the hardest game I've ever finished? I don't know the answer to that offhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been a while since something has really put me through the ringer like that. And it's not because I'm so good at fucking everything. It's because I don't really challenge myself much these days. So, like, I don't know what that would be, honestly. But yeah, okay, great update.
All right. Yeah, there's me. I promise these updates are going to get more and more deranged as time goes on.
just keep giving them to us. Keep just take the keys to the kingdom. Just start uploading them on off days, like on a random Monday. It's like, okay, I'm driving to work right now, but here's Silksong Part 74.
Look forward to me finishing this in 2029.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I can't help myself from getting a little excited because not only is it spoopy game time, but I'll be talking about a Super Nintendo game too. So you know.
Oh man, spoopy and Super Nintendo, all his favorite topics, Kevin.
So you know, I might be a little at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, don't poke me in the eye with that thing.
I mean, Jesus, put it away.
So I finally broke open my copy of Clock Tower Rewind.
Oh.
Rewind? What the hell is a rewind? You might remember a summer ago when Kevin wasn't here. So this explanation is for Kevin mostly when he wasn't here. When I took it upon myself to see what this carbon engine business of limited run games was about, with a game I already had sitting on the pile called River City Girls Zero.
Oh no, that's right.
And where I discovered that despite a clunky title change, you know, for one of the last OG Kunio-kun titles, and, you know, the game itself being fairly clunky, it was a solid port job of the original, you know, this besides the localization text. And, you know, it did provide a sort of look of what we could expect from that sort of port job in the future. So here again, we're treated to a top shelf anime cutscene opening, you know, corny as fuck, because that is WayForward specialty when they're not fucking up video games, let's be real. But, you know, getting into the game's options, we can choose from original or First Fear to play through, original being the way the game was in 1995, and First Fear having elements from the PlayStation 1 release being ported back into the Super Nintendo version into the game.
That's so fucking weird. I didn't realize that was what was going on.
Can you elaborate on that? Like, what elements are you talking about?
There's like a bunch of extra stuff in the game, some spoiled, like puzzles and things that were in that.
Oh, okay.
And Steve, why would I want that? Because I did watch the PS1, footage of the PS1 version after I played this, and oh boy, you don't want to play the PlayStation 1 version in the year of our Lord 2025. The colors are washed out and the audio is very, very mismatched for what's going on. The loading times are very terrible and they take you out of things. Okay, if you ever played the PlayStation or Saturn version of Mega Man X3, it's that. It's like, this isn't right.
They did have anime, though.
They
did have that.
So I'm telling you, Rewind is the version of Clock Tower you want to play in 2025.
If you say so. It almost feels foreign to me to pick a cartridge version over a CD, but okay.
But enough fucking preamble. What are we doing in this game? You're Jessica Simpson. Not Jessica Simpson. Are you kidding me? I could have sworn we're Jennifer Simpson, no relation to Jessica Simpson, Homer Simpson, O.J. Simpson, or any other Simpsons out there.
Do not tell me for a second that it wouldn't be fucking amazing if you were playing a survival horror game starring Jessica Simpson. That would be so funny.
Man, I don't know. Given the aesthetic, I don't know.
I don't know. All right.
We'll figure it out. You're an orphan teenager, and you and your other orphan teenager friends are all getting adopted by the Barrows family at the same time. Hooray! But man, oh man, your matron orphan mom person has been away for a few minutes. Better make sure she's okay. Oops, she went missing. And the lights went out. And the other girls are gone. And the door's locked. And now you're on your own. What the fuck are we gonna do now? We're gonna go on a point-and-click adventure to get to the fucking bottom of this is what we're gonna do now.
It's a point-and-click game.
It is!
Okay.
On your Super Nintendo, and not only that, Jennifer's rotoscoped, so we're gonna do this very deliberately.
Oh.
We're gonna look around rooms in the Barrows Manor to try and find keys that open other doors in the mansion, along with other baubles that might help us with that first part of opening doors. And while other certain rooms shuffle around between startups of new games, something I learned, unfortunately, by restarting a few times where I thought, okay, I keep dying. Maybe we'll just start from the beginning and get my bearings. I was doing the exact opposite. I just figured, okay, we're just supposed to continue. Oops. Thankfully, nothing Clock Tower is doing is especially obtuse. We're just going to use bug spray to wherever there's bugs, okay? It's nothing too complicated. We're not doing the Sierra or LucasArts thing where you have to, have a degree in point-and-clickology to solve this thing.
Is there, like, Resident Evil logic puzzles? Or...
Nothing that obtuse.
Okay.
If you find a thing, you could probably figure out what it's for.
All right.
I'm kind of curious, too, like, this being a Super Nintendo game, is there any, like... are you not looking for like a little bit more nuance, probably like detail and graphically for the click and point aspect of it?
You're mostly looking in drawers and things that are unusual, like mirrors. Well, you don't want to look at too many mirrors because then the ghost hand reaches out and kills you. Unexplained. But things will stand out if they're supposed to.
Okay.
It
seems like it's got to be like a little bit clunky.
It's a little clunky, but it's very forgiving. You'll restart from whatever room you died in when you die. This isn't Sierra. Well, fuck you. You just fucking died. When was the last time you saved? Oh, you didn't? Well, fuck you.
Sierra Online. Fuck you. I wish that could be the title of the show. I think Apple would flip. So, from what I understand, Clock Tower is like a hide and seek horror game, right?
Yes.
Which is, as you well know, is like something I do not like.
I know. It's only about 4 hours long, at least my trip was.
Oh, okay.
And as brief as that is, it is punctuated by encounters with the game's one persistent enemy. There's only one thing you're going to be really dealing with for most of this game. The Scissor Man. And it is not clear what triggers his appearance, but you could be systematically checking out a parlor or something, and then, bam, Scissor Man time. And then the one track that comes on during normal gameplay comes on. Yes, it's just one. Otherwise, it's pretty much quiet the rest of the time because, you're just hearing footsteps and doors creaking and everything. And just real spoopy stuff for Super Nintendo in 1995 that we didn't get to play. And if we all want to look it up later, that one track is called Don't Cry, Jennifer. And when that comes on, you got to stop everything you're doing and hide from this motherfucker when it comes on. And as we just said, Andre, you hate this shit. Because she is defenseless. She is a girl in the blue dress, and she does not know how to do anything besides, run and hide, and sometimes find something to bash Scissor Man with. We hide him from in the closets or in the car, or brain him with a shovel, and that works sometimes. But I gotta tell you, the song comes on, and you're shuffling through these things with the top shelf music playing, and the giant ass scissors are clacking. And and like I said, those psychopaths at Human rotoscoped all this shit, or at least Jennifer. Sources were unclear when I was trying to piece this together. I mean, going back to our time in cinematic platform paradise, it turns out making a point and click probably was the answer no one wanted to hear to. How do we make this appealing to everybody while still making this a video game?
Yeah, we talked about that with a couple of those games. It's like maybe Another World should have just been a point and click game. Maybe, right? Like, I feel like it might have actually been better.
I'm out here to tell you that Clock Tower is the answer, saying yes, it needed to be a point and click. I'm not going to tell everybody what's up with the story overall, because this is easily the most accessible way to play, and also only because I only got what would be called the B ending, and I really want to try again eventually.
How many endings are there?
There's like there's S and there's like letter graded endings.
The grades, okay.
But each one corresponds to a different thing that happens. I think F is you're a coward, but then the Scissor Man finds you anyway, and fuck you. But
so is his name Scissor Man, or are we just calling him that?
You figure out who he is, but the promotional material calls him Scissor Man.
Are we sure his name isn't Clock Tower? He isn't the titular Clock Tower?
He is not the titular Clock Tower.
Okay. You sure? All right. I'll take your word for it. That sounds fun. And like, you know me with short games, it's hard to piss me off in 4 hours. So I don't know.
See, what I really want them to do here is, look, even playing with a controller, it's fairly, like I keep saying, it's fairly forgiving. If you die, you'll restart in the room you were in, fine, whatever. What I want them to do, and I know they won't do it, is I want them to go back and make the Nintendo Switch 2 edition where I can do this Civilization 7 thing of having a mouse with one hand and then having other options with the other pointer, and I would love the shit out of that.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can you mouse this? I guess the answer is no.
No, this was a Switch game, Switch 1 game. I mean, even on Super NES, Super Famicom, this wasn't a mouse game.
I understand that, but I wonder if, like, you can do that on Steam or something.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, see, I wonder, yeah. Anyway, if the original game wasn't really built for it, then probably not. You have to program that shit in, and that's a lot. Anyway, that sounds cool.
I had a great fucking time.
All right, so I played something that is also spoopy adjacent, not as spoopy as Clock Tower, but definitely somewhat, and that would be the recent re-release of Heretic and Hexen for all platforms, I assume. But I have it on Steam because the very first thing I ever bought on Steam, this would be February 2009, when I got that particular laptop at that time, and I got a Steam account. I bought what was called at the time the Super id software pack. This isn't even available anymore. It had every single id software game up to that point.
Andre, I gotta say, this isn't the first time you brought this up on this show, and I think this might be the best singular $70 you've ever spent.
It has to be, right? Because last year I brought this up, if you remember, when they did the 2024 releases of Doom and Doom 2 or whatever. I was grandfathered into that because I had this id software pack on Steam. They just sort of upgraded me. I am once again upgraded because I had all the Heretics and Hexens in this pack as well. I am grandfathered into Heretic and Hexen, so I paid $0 for this. It's MSRP $14.99. Well worth it. I paid $0. Doom I did buy on PS5 because I wanted to see how it ran at 120 frames a second. I wanted to see all that pizzazz. This time I'm just playing it on Steam Deck. Steam Deck does 90. That's good enough for me.
Just does 90, but I can take it, I guess.
We could slum it at 90.
My eyes will adjust. I'll get over it.
Suffer through it, hey?
Yeah, if it was 88 frames a second, literally unplayable. Literally unplayable.
Garbage.
Okay? If for some reason out there you don't know what either Heretic or Hexen are, they are Doom clones, essentially, from the 90s. I think Heretic came out in 94 or so. Hexen came out in 95 or 6. And they are exactly what it sounds like. They're medieval Doom clones, essentially, using that engine and that logic and that kind of gameplay and everything. They try to trick stuff up, especially Hexen, but I'll get to that in a second, though. First, I want to say, It was roughly, what was it, about a year ago? Yeah, because it was around the election, right? Where we did our favorite comfort games, because we needed something at that moment. Shit, I mean, if I'm being real, we still need something. But like, we needed something in that moment. So we talked about the games that make us feel good. I don't know if I said Heretic on that show, but definitely Heretic is one of mine. Heretic has always been one of my ultimate comfort games. I fucking love those games. I say games. There's Heretic and Heretic 2, but I think of like, because there's like 5 episodes of Heretic, you know what I mean? So I guess it's all one game, but that's how they were packaged back then. Point being, I have always just loved it, even though it's just medieval Doom. There's something about those like evil churches and like the stained glass that you can break and like all those weird stone structures and castles and shit. And like you can get wands and crossbows and, you know, weird magical instruments and you have like items to use and shit. Like it's just fun. You know, it really is. And of course, like I think everyone, if anyone knows anything from Heretic, I guess they're also in Hexen, it's like the shock gauntlets. You have the 2 gauntlets and you shock them with the green lightning, bzz, and it's almost like the chainsaw of the game. It's the melee weapon, but it's like that's the coolest one of those in any of these games I've ever played for sure. The shock, I don't even know if they're called shock gauntlets. It's just what we've always called them colloquially growing up. But yeah, I've always loved Heretic. That's not really a surprise. What I have not always loved is Hexen. I have never liked Hexen as much as Heretic, and I've never really explored why. I don't know how common an opinion this is, but like, I don't know. This is why I really wanted to explore this package and talk about this on the show, at least briefly, is like, why didn't I ever like Hexen as much? And after playing it for the first time in this package, since basically it came out, I finally have my answer. Before I continue, have either of you played Hexen 64? I have never played that game.
That's the only way I've tried playing Hexen before.
Okay, I've never played that one, Steve.
I haven't the privilege, but you know, if it shows up on a certain app, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, we're doing that one. That's definitely our fodder for one of those shows. As I just said, Heretic is just medieval flavored Doom. Hexen is not. Hexen really wants you to like think and explore around and solve puzzles and stuff. Hexen has like 3 classes to choose from: fighter, cleric, and mage. And they have like different abilities and different weapons. Hexen has a jump button, which just seems like blasphemy. You know, in a Doom clone, you can jump. What the fuck?
What is this, Metroid Prime Hunters?
Exactly. What is going on, Hexen? Hexen is trying its very best to not be Doom, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And maybe you could say that Hexen is more in line with people's expectations of what a medieval first-person game should be, and that's probably true. I think that's why people remember Hexen way more than they do Heretic. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's more fun to play. You know, they're trying to trick up the genre in a way that, in my opinion, just doesn't need tricking up. I don't necessarily want to do a bunch of puzzles and looking around for stuff in these labyrinthine levels where you're going through portals. There's literally like the second level or whatever is called like the 7 portals. And that is literally what you do. You go into these 7 different goddamn portals that teleport you to 7 different areas. And they all have their different attributes and like keys to find and stuff. And the stuff you find in one portal, you might have to use in another. It's a lot. And it's like, this isn't exactly what I want from this genre, you know? And it's not that it's bad. I'm enjoying playing it. It's just that, you know what it's like? You know, it's like, I came up with the analogy. Hexen is like going to someone's house where they made their own Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but they made it in like the Doom engine themselves. And they're really excited about it. And they're so geeked out about showing it off to you. Oh, check out this. I made the 7 portals and you got to go to this fire one to get this ice key. And then you got to use the ice key. And like, it's so fucking complicated. And it's not that you're not enjoying what they're showing you, but you're just kind of like, yeah, that's great, Peter. Yeah. Excellent. How about that Rise of the Triad, huh? So yeah, like, I don't know. Hexen is a lot. Not necessarily my favorite. I definitely do prefer Heretic. However, both of these are a treat. I'm so glad they got the Night Dive remaster treatment. And honestly, and here's my old man bit before we go to break, today's indie boomer shooters can't hold a candle to either Heretic or Hexen. Like, sorry, but it's just true. I am truly a boomer about boomer shooters. I don't want change. I don't want your modern gimmicks. I don't want your souped up idea of what things could have been like if we had different technology back then. I don't want any of that shit. Also, the level designs and modern attempts at boomer shooters are quite frankly bad. Like, if someone can tell me a good one, I will be happy to play it. I have not played a good one yet. Heretic and Hexen is much better than any of the ones I've ever played, and for $15, like I said, you really can't do better than this. There is a boatload of content here between these two. Also, I didn't get a chance to try this before recording, but Night Dive did do the customary, like, here is a new campaign for Heretic and here is one for Hexen as well. So I have not tried those, but in past times, those have been excellent. If you remember, Steve, I tried the new one for Doom 2 or whatever they made last year. That was great. I don't know if you guys remember the Xbox Live Arcade version from like 2009 or 10 of Doom and Doom 2, and they had like a new one in that. That's included in like the 2024 version, and that's still good. I guess what I'm saying is whenever they make one of those new campaigns, they're always really great because obviously we have many more decades of know-how, so of course they're going to be good. But yeah, I'm not going to do Heretic and Hexen Part 75 and come back and tell you about those new campaigns like Kevin's going to do with Silksong. But
I do hope that you can like continue to bring up Peter and his fucking busted ass D&D campaigns as comparisons to future games. Though that was nice.
Did you share your Capcom fiction with him though?
No,
Magic Sword.
No, I did not share my Magic Sword fanfic from 5th grade with Peter. No, I didn't think he wanted to hear that. Does Kevin know? Has I ever brought that up, Kevin? I did that, right? I did that in 5th grade. I literally wrote a Magic Sword fanfic for school.
I think we had this discussion like a long time ago.
It was probably previous creative endeavor. Honestly, it was probably a long time ago.
It's ringing a vague bell.
Well, any newer listeners with us, yes, you already knew what a dorka was, but now you really know. Okay, we're going to take a break real quick, and then we'll be back with, I was going to say big questions, but I think it's more like big question, BRB.
This is your mind on Fine Time.
All right, we're back. We have a big question. Guys, okay, let me ask you guys this. Has this year been, like, the absolute worst time for this segment? I feel like if we don't have, like, a Nintendo Direct or a State of Play or, Summer Games Fest hasn't happened, we have not had any compelling big questions. I'm sure the audience has noticed, too.
To be fair, Microsoft has been like reliably falling flat on their face like every month or two this year, which has at least given us something.
For sure.
I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have came on here and said, no, guys, but when they came on and said, no, guys, it's okay that we got rid of this service because we're going to give you the points service. The ones that we only do in a few European countries. But I didn't do that. I came up with this other one instead.
No, I want to. It's not that I don't want to talk about this. It's just that, like, Man, it just has felt so fucking dry sometimes.
No, this year has been aggressively anti-big questions.
It really has. I feel like in 2022 we'd come through and have like 4 or 5 quickies or whatever. We'd have like a whole, gauntlet to go through, and that just has not been the case, which is fine. We can talk about other stuff, the show is multifaceted.
Think too, what does come up is like, in general, more depressing news.
Yeah. How many times can we talk about, Microsoft just laid off 1,000 more people? Like, we've done that story so many times. Like, I don't know if we have anything fresh to say about that, right? Or this company is replacing everyone with AI, or like that. I mean, it's just like, what can we say, right?
Also, they're doing a genocide. Oh,
yeah. Hotter to the collar there. Yeah, like what are we gonna do, right? So it's just I guess
get a regular segment called Capitalism Roundup.
Depression Alley. Yeah. Okay. Well, Steve, you introduce our big question.
So October 7th, we're devoid of news as usual. But then Nintendo's YouTube channel and Nintendo Today app drops a nearly 4-minute long video with the title and description, Close to You. And that's it. It's a cute little short about a child getting to family-friendly mischief when their pacifier takes a life on its own. Or is it? Because one day later, the same video is uploaded again, but now with Pikmin all over the place. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Wow. That's crazy. Another day after that, Nintendo's Twitter comes on as all, so we hope you enjoyed these first outings from Nintendo Pictures. We got more videos coming.
What are they doing?
Is that really all there is to it, though? Because I publicly put in a Pikmin 5 guess on my personal Blue Sky account. I'm not taking that down. Everyone could see me being wrong for the time being.
Okay, let's start there, right? I don't think this is a game. This is not a game. This is just a cute little thing they're doing. So, like last year, when they had the MEO teaser, the smiling man, it was like a real, like a real actor doing that. They had like a ESRB M in the corner of that video. So, like, we knew that was for a game. This didn't have that. So, I don't think this is like Pikmin 5. Also, I don't think Pikmin is popular enough for them to like tease like that. In my opinion, here's a Pikmin 5. I don't really think like, is Pikmin that big a deal where you need to make like this kind of like animation? Because like, Kevin, this was very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this looked like movie quality animation to me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is promoting anything either. I think this is just a short for the sake of being a short. We talked recently about, just Nintendo in general trying to be more of a multimedia company, and they're just kind of like trying to push their way into the public consciousness any way they can. Movies and little talking Super Mario Wonder Flowers and Rosalina books, etc. I think this is just kind of an extension of that, which I'm happy about, because I seen these first through the Nintendo Today app, and that has been by far the most interesting use of that app to date.
I know. Kevin, you use the app for this? I'm very surprised. I've got
the widget on my like home screen on my phone, and like 95% of the time there's just like a fucking mysterious random little video that they're adding Pikmin to the next day. That's intriguing. So that is a good use of Nintendo Today. Thank you, Nintendo Today.
Okay, I got another little question that just occurred to me. If this really is a short for the sake of being a short, why not just stick this in front of the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out this spring?
Exactly.
Remember when movies used to do that back in our grandpappy's days? Or more recently, when Pixar did that in our day? When there would be a little cartoon before the movie?
I don't see why that wouldn't be the case, because Nintendo Pictures, I think, is like a joint thing doing this with Illumination Entertainment, and especially since it's like Nintendo IP and everything, I'm sure they're fine with it. Now, obviously, they, before a Minions movie, would they necessarily want like a Looney Tunes short? maybe not. I mean, look, I wouldn't give a fuck. That would be perfectly fine with me. God, they used to do that sometimes in the 90s, Steve. Remember that? But they would still have an occasional new Looney Tunes or whatever.
Man, I can't get into that right now.
Yeah, we can't. We can't. But yeah, I'm intrigued by this. I guess I'm just impressed by the quality. I'm surprised that it's like, because you guys know, like in the Wii U and 3DS era, when they didn't have a whole lot else going on, they did a bunch of Pikmin shorts. They did a bunch of, Yoshi's Woolly World shorts, right? Stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's like they're not beyond this kind of thing, but this was just like on a completely different level and budget. And look, Nintendo has the money to throw at stuff like this. I think that's cool. If they just want to do these things every so often, that's fine.
Remember the 3D videos of, I think it was like the dinosaurs at work usually on 3DS? Those were pretty slick.
Dinosaurs at, I don't remember this.
Oh, there was a Nintendo video back way early in the 3DS's lifespan where they're like, guys, the 3D is going to be a big thing. You'll see. And they solicited other people like College Humor and musicians to make 3D videos to slot that rotated in and out, and one of them was Dinosaur Office.
Okay.
Dinosaur Office.
Yeah. Okay. Dinosaur. Yeah, I don't remember this at all, I guess.
After a while, they got rid of the app, and they're like, look, we're just going to tuck these really deep in the shop where you can't find them.
Yeah, well, I never found them, that's for sure. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't even know what they might do next with one of these. I guess they could do anything. I mean, think about it. That's kind of an exciting future, right? Where we might get very high quality animated shorts of just random Nintendo stuff. Here's the thing that I don't understand, though. Why did they hide that it was Pikmin? That's what I don't get. Why did they not show us at first and then show us the next day? Why would they do that?
Because Pikmin and humans don't really interact, I think, is the thing. They probably didn't want to hide. I probably think they probably didn't want to keep that from us.
I thought it was interesting that they're kind of like, this is really a mystery. And then day 2, you kind of like find out where it's going to, what they're doing with it.
Which is why I think even if this isn't a Pikmin 5, I think this is going to eventually lead into a Pikmin 5 situation where we see this sort of thing happening.
I would love, I'm brainstorming. It'd be cool if they did like a Labo short, right? Like some kid is building the Labo and then they really come to life. Like they really start flying around the room, or they do some sort of adventure-y weird thing. I think that'd be fun with like the robot or something. Be kind of cool.
But the real thing they're going to do is make an F-Zero short and piss everyone off.
I'm not going to shit on F-Zero fans today. I'm going to be fun. I'm going to be nice. Let's just move on. All right, we haven't done this in a while, which is Fuck, I Was Wrong. This is a segment where we admit our personal failings. Unfortunately, I can't really participate. I never have any personal failings, so I can't participate this time. But as I understand, Kevin and Steve do have a Fuck, I Was Wrong. Kevin, I want you to go first because you kind of spurred this round of this. You said you had a good one here, and I really want to hear it.
Yeah, I've been sitting on this one for a little bit. Not only it's relatively recent, and I said something right on the show that I in retrospect was wrong about. When we were first talking about Mario Kart World, I was like, I think I was getting a little bit overhyped and into the switch to Jazz. I said, this has got to be the best Mario Kart to date. And I think you guys specifically challenged me, like, really better than 8 Deluxe? And I was like, yep, for sure. In retrospect, I think that was wildly wrong. I'm not shitting on Mario Kart World, but even thinking about since it came out, periodically I'll still go back to that. But it's not that frequent. I haven't got like near as much. I thought that was going to be like a go-to mainstay, for me to play with the kids for years. I still think it's really interesting what they did. I think saying that was a better game than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was wildly misguided, and I need to admit that publicly.
Yeah, I obviously don't feel that way. I wouldn't even say Mario Kart World makes my top 5 Mario Karts even. Like, I definitely, and it doesn't, and then look, I really like Mario Kart World. I think it's a great game, but I just can't put it up there, Steve.
Man, I think I can put it up there, but I was only criticizing you because you just started playing the game and I wouldn't start ranking the game that high yet. If anything, I was just getting sick. I'm like, can we play something else besides Mario Kart 8? Because I was there from the beginning, as you may recall. I wasn't skipping the Wii U or showing up a few years late. I'm like, okay, I'm here in 2014. Okay, I'm here again in 2017. Oh, we're going to double the length of the game and pad it out with some more fucking... Can we play fucking something else? Mario Kart World, great. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Do you think Mario Kart World is a better game than 8 Deluxe?
I don't know. I still think I need more time with it. I'm just happy I'm not playing Mario Kart 8.
There is no, I'll be definitive about it. There is no way on this earth that game is better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Just not even close. It just can't be. It's not better than Super Circuit. It's not better than Super Mario Kart. It's not better than DS. I'm not sure I would say it's better than Wii. Like, I just don't think Mario Kart World beats any of those games for me. Like, it beats 64, but 64 is my least. I mean, everything beats 64.
But you haven't played those games since they came out.
I am really confident. Well, okay, I've played Super Circuit for sure. That's on Nintendo Classic. So is Super Mario Kart. So is Mario Kart 64. Yeah, I haven't played Double Dash DS or Wii in a hot minute, but I am pretty fucking confident I would still like those more than Mario. I don't know. Maybe I would like Mario Kart World more than Double Dash. I think so. Probably not better than DS or Wii, though.
I have so many problems with your generalized order of that, but that's fine. I'm not going to get into
it.
I do not have time to break this down.
There's an hour of fucking dissecting your shitty opinions that we could get into, but let's not. I guess what I'm saying, I think tomorrow if the kids came up to me and they're like, Dad, can we play Mario Kart with you? Probably my first urge would be to put in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay, so now I wouldn't do that. I would definitely play Mario Kart World. I want to play the newest one. I've played enough Mario Kart 8 for the time being. Maybe that's something I could go back to after a while, but no, I think I'm reaching for Mario Kart World at this point. I'm not going back.
I've played Mario Kart 8 for 11 years. It's time to give it a break.
How do you guys? Oh, 7. 7 is definitely not better than Mario Kart World.
7 was so good.
I like 7. I like it. I'm not gonna but
all its best parts were stripped and stuck in 8.
I can't argue with that. Its best courses did make it into 8. What is it? Music Park? I love Music Park because when you power slide on the piano, the notes make no sense. It's just like it's just like that's not how a piano sounds when you're going down it. It's so stupid. It's so funny every time. I love it. I still maintain that the Electrodome from Mario Kart 8 is the same fucking arena as Ribbon Girl's stage in ARMS. I swear to God, that's the same thing. Anyone else know what I'm talking about? Anyone else remember ARMS enough at this point to know what stage I'm talking about?
I'm not seeing it, but
it's the same team. It's the same team.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. That's the Electrodome arena battler stage. Anyway.
You need to get on some subreddit, conspiracy subreddits and drop that and see if you can get some traction.
We told that then you're going to go on there and be like, look, we broke this down years ago, man. It's not the same.
I don't post on Reddit, but I do lurk at stuff because I look at Polaroid stuff on there or whatever. And so you know how that Reddit app will suggest, hey, you might like this community. They suggested me the community called Fuck Nintendo. And the post on Fuck Nintendo was this guy posting like, ha ha, look at all these Switch 2s on the shelves. No one's buying them. Ha ha, look at this shit at Target or something. It's like, bro, sorry for the system being well stocked on shelves. Oh my God, what a crime. Isn't that what everyone wanted?
You mean that thing they literally said they were doing a year and a half in advance?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I was like, nah, mute this one. I don't need to look at that one. I may have been the mod on that subreddit if this were 10 years ago, but not now. Okay, Steve, what were you wrong about?
Okay, I had a video game one, but frankly, I'm still working my way through it. We'll circle back to it another time. This is me being wrong about a snack today. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, some background information. Guys, after the life-changing experience that was trying the Oreo Reese's on the air, I tried finding the full packages, and like a junkie shuffling through supermarket after supermarket, I could not find them to save my life. Anywhere.
Might have to send you some.
Not for lack of trying. I'm finding lots of big gaps where they all used to be. Clearly, they're selling. But that's not the point of the story. But the point of the story is where I keep insinuating that, oh, the only Oreo that is okay is the original ass Oreo with the chocolate ass cookie with the vanilla frosting in the middle. That's it. There are no other Oreos that are okay. Andre is a lunatic for liking the lemon drops and every other kind there is. Well, somewhere along the way, I just kept finding one particular kind again and again and again until one last stop where I finally just said, fine, I'll take a package of these home and admit defeat for the time being. Is that what you fucking want? Fucking Toffee Crunch Oreo? I'll just take you home?
Toffee Crunch Oreo.
I took them home.
Never heard of this.
I didn't either. They're not new. I think there would be some attention drawn to it on the package, at least if they were. And then I'm not going to do a taste test on the air for something that's probably however old now, but they're pretty fucking good.
I mean, they sound good. If I saw toffee, I love toffee in general. So if I saw toffee in an Oreo, I'm on that shit.
I mean, that's something I grew into. Like when I was a kid, I wasn't going to eat a Heath bar for the life of me. But, now that I'm a grown-ass, middle-aged man, yeah, I'll have some fucking toffee.
I have only ordered 2 flavors of Blizzard. 90% of the time, it's a Heath.
Heath ice cream is some great shit.
Oh, it's so good. Kevin, do y'all do Dairy Queen up there? Or
we have Dairy Queen. I don't know what Heath is.
Oh, it's a candy bar. So it's just like think like Butterfinger Blast, Blizzard or some shit like that.
We definitely
have
Heath, Dairy Queen Blizzards with toffee, but nothing like branded Heath because it's probably
honestly, it's probably the same thing because Heath is largely a toffee bar, so you're probably getting the same experience there.
Now,
it's
what
just not called that.
Score? Score is toffee, right?
Yeah, Score is also a candy bar.
Is Score toffee?
Because we have Score Blizzards.
Yeah, so you have Score. It's very similar to Heath.
Okay. They probably use in the same little toffee pellets as they're in Score and Heath
probably.
Blizzards.
Yeah, dude, I haven't seen a Score in a hot minute. Oh
Me
my
either.
God. Yeah, maybe that's just a brand that survived up there.
What's that one with the raisins in it?
Raisinets?
No, like it's a bar with raisins in it. Let's get like almonds and raisins.
So I don't know. You're not talking about Chunky, right?
I am talking about Chunky.
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah, Chunky. Those are square, right? They came in like the 3x3.
Squares, and they got nuts, they got almonds and fruit. They say fruit, it's raisins.
Yeah. I did not. I remember eating those in the late 80s, early 90s. I did not like the raisins, and I don't like raisins in anything really, but
I like raisins as is. I don't like raisins in things.
Me too. I'll eat raisins by themselves. I do not want raisins in my candy bars or my cookies or anything.
I was just looking for Reese Oreos today, and I did feel a little bit bitter towards you guys. But now that Steve has talked about desperately searching for them after, I feel like maybe it's almost for the best that I haven't had a taste to get hooked and then had them taken away.
It's kind of hurting me a little bit, Kevin.
Yeah, he's twitching while he's talking about it.
You know, I kind of do have a fuck I was wrong, but I want to save it because I want to let it marinate a bit. I want to present it to you guys as like more of a roundtable discussion because I think that's going to be kind of multifaceted. So there is something, but it is something I have been wrong about. And this generation, I'll just put it that way as a teaser. And I do want to talk about it with you guys. Maybe if not next episode, sometime in the near future. Well, we only have a couple more big deals left for the year. I guess maybe it should be soon.
Andre decided he secretly thinks Jim Ryan was great for PlayStation.
Andre admits it's okay to play a Switch port of something.
I will admit I am Jim Ryan my fucking self before I admit that like playing Beyond Good and Evil on Switch 1 is okay. It's not okay.
Gentlemen, it's that time of the year again. We're going to do some more betting. So I feel like I don't explain this well enough in case anybody hasn't heard. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of what Place Your Bets is.
Yes.
When we first started this show, each of the three of us started with 1,000 fine time dollars. Fine time dollars are a currency which we can use amongst each other for extra time in the showers. Mm-hmm. Or sexual favors, or the fast food concession stand at the Fine Time offices. 100%. And that's what Fine Time dollars are good for. And so 4 times a year, or once in a while, if something comes up and we're feeling frisky, we sit down and we make some bets with our $1,000 we started. I generally come up with the bets. I give these guys odds for the bets that they are making. And then the bet that I have made myself, they give me odds for me to decide how much money I want to risk. So this has been going on for a while. Steve has lost once. So he's lost all of his money and he had to play Balan Wonderworld. I still can't. Balan Wonderworld, not Wonderland, correct?
It's Wonderworld. I can't help it either sometimes.
Okay.
Yes,
someone asked a question about things we regretted beating or whatever, and I still almost typed in Wonderland the other night. It can't be helped.
Balatro Wonderworld.
Steve played that when he ran out of money. He replenished $500 to continue betting. And a few years later, here's where we're at. Currently, Andre is sitting well on top with $1,600. He's the only one to have this be a fine time money making endeavor. Steve is down to $49 and I'm down to $120. So things are looking a little dire. Yeah, it's not great.
I have an idea. You're not going to like it, but I have an idea. If you guys bomb out here, I don't know what you're about to say for the totals, but I want to get this in before you say it. If you both go to 0 at relatively the same time, I think you both should have to play Anthem. You should have to play the campaign for Anthem online before it goes offline on January whatever, because it's still online for another like some weeks.
I have a copy of Anthem. That sounds like relatively doable.
Yeah, I think you guys should play Anthem.
We're not going to run out of money in that time unless you're going to just give us a bonus for playing Anthem before January.
I mean, but if
we might run out of money before that time, we are both in pretty dire straits here. I would say that us both being out of money by December or start of January is not
when's the next
unreasonable.
Place your bets?
Probably January.
I guess it would be start of January. Yeah.
When
is Anthem going offline?
January, but I don't know what day. Let me look it up real quick. Hold, please. Anthem servers shutting down January 12th, 2026. So we're not going to, if you run out of time in January, our first show is going to be then. So I don't know.
I haven't scrutinized this yet. We might be out of money today. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, let's revisit here. So we have some bets currently open. Actually, let me start with these. We have some bets that just resolved. So we had until the end of December the end of September for these to come true.
Okay.
Steve had a bet. The Master Chief Collection is announced to have a Switch 2 port by end of September. I gave him 2-1 odds, and he put $29 on that, which he lost. So he is now down another $29. Andre had The Outer Worlds 2 is currently announced for release sometime in 2025, but gets delayed until 2026, which we have not heard. He did put $100 on 2-1 odds for that. So Andre is down $100.
Yep. I didn't think that would happen, but I'm so flush right now, I may as well throw something at it.
I swear to God, if this is like what Forspoken and they announced this at the Game Awards, I'm going to kill somebody.
This one is frustrating. I had Tales of the Shire, which I had bet on this before it came out in July 2025, winds up sitting under 50 on Metacritic. I looked at this on the weekend. It was sitting, I believe, at 58. I kind of doubt that there have been enough Tales of the Shire reviews that have come out since the weekend that have driven it down under a 50. And I put $25 on 2-1 odds, so I will lose that $25. We also have Andre had a spur of the moment bet before the last direct where he said a new Zelda was going to be announced for 2026 at that direct. We gave him 5-1 odds because we thought it was bullshit, and he put $200 on it, so we can close that one out as well.
And you called me pathetic for only putting $200.
Well, I mean, I mean, you were pretty fucking confident, so I was confident in that
one.
On.
We'll hear about it this winter.
The delay for what's it called? The Outer Worlds 2. I was not confident in that. I was just kind of like, why not? Zelda, I was confident on. That's why I put $200, and I was wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so as of right now, Andre is down to $1,300. Steve is down to $20, and I'm down to $95. So we each still have some money as of this moment. So I guess we can maybe just figure out amongst ourselves later if Anthem is because I don't know, Steve, are we going to like dig ourselves out of these holes? I don't know.
Well, if the bank, which is you, wants to give us a bonus just for playing Anthem.
Well, I mean, we would each get our $500 for playing Anthem. We would just need to do it because I'm pretty sure we're both going to run out of money anyways. We're obviously poor at gambling.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think we have to run out of money first before you earn more money. I feel like you guys should just play Anthem.
Okay, let's brainstorm this one. We'll table the game for now.
Because I feel like, because I don't know. That's my personal feeling. Once you get low enough, it's like, come on, what kind of bets are you going to make with $20? Like,
Well, but we did decide that you can bet more than what you have if you want, right?
Yes,
so
you
Steve
can.
could still put $100 on something if he wants, but
yes, that's true.
So we do currently each have a bet that we have until the end of December. Steve, I gave Metroid Prime 2 remastered releases in 2025, which I gave him 3-1 odds. He didn't put any money on that one, so he's not going to make any money there. Andre put $200 on 4-1 odds that Phil Spencer is booted by the end of the year. And the more time goes on, I kind of wish I had $200 sitting on 4-1 odds for that.
Yeah, I'm not super confident, but I have the money to burn, so why not? That one I'm not super confident in because I feel like it should have happened already, but that's me manifesting the things I want to see in this world.
It's not unreasonable that it's on the table. And I had $95 on 4-1 odds that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 wins Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
You are definitely getting that. That's happening.
I think so. I'm feeling
They've been sucking that dick
it
all summer.
Oh yeah, they can't stop.
Although my son, like he has told me probably 20 times since Silksong has come out, he's like, there is no way Silksong is not getting Game of the Year this year. I'm like, man, I know you like to dream. All right, we've got 3 new bets, and I've got to preemptively say I was pretty proud of myself. I think these are engaging, interesting bets.
Okay.
However, I want to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. Steve's bet I was really, really struggling to come up with the odds. I think I need to confer with Andre for a moment. Steve, we have the soundproof booth from the 45-second game. Is there any chance you would mind stepping in? Because I don't want Andre's take on this bet to color your decision on it, but I think I need to like check with him on what the odds should be.
For $20, you're gonna fight with me on this? Fine.
All right, we'll wave you in when you can come out of this. It's clear, so you can see out of it.
He's going in there. He's stomping away. I see him.
We didn't have any like olive tray or anything. This was not planned.
This was not really planned. Okay, yeah. Tell me the odds. Tell me the odds.
All right. So the bet is that this is by end of March next year, Metroid Prime 4 is the best-selling Metroid game in the franchise by end of March. So Prime 1 is currently sitting at 4.2 million. I feel like there's a really good chance this could happen. Where I kept going, I feel like 2-1 odds is a little bit too low for that because it's definitely not a sure thing. But I feel like 3-1 odds is a little bit high for that. So I landed at 2.5-1 odds.
I'm actually going higher. I would say give them 4.
4?
Yeah, because I don't think that's happening.
You think that's a long shot?
Yeah.
Just with the amount of Switches that are out. And I feel like just when so many people have the hardware to play it, and Metroid has definitely increased in notoriety since Prime 3 for sure. Big time.
And it's something that's been around. Man, you're right. But I just don't see
maybe
that
3-1. I think 4-1 is a 3-1. Okay.
3. Give them 3.
All right.
Should we move him back in?
Come on in, Steven. All right, Steve, you'll be happy to know that Andre talked me into giving you better odds. So here's the bet.
You're welcome.
Metroid Prime 4 is the best-selling Metroid game in the franchise by the end of March 2026. So currently the highest seller in the franchise is Prime 1 at 4.2 million. Now, I was telling Andre, I think there's a good chance of that happening, just given, Metroid increasing in notoriety, and it's a new 3D Metroid game when so many people have the hardware that can play it. I personally am leaning towards that being true.
He's not talking to us.
Oh, I'm thinking about it. I was thinking about it very considerably, and since it already sounds like we're playing Anthem anyway, fuck it. I have 20 left. Let's just throw the 20 I have left at it.
Just the $20?
Yeah.
Because you could throw like 150 on there.
No, we're going to throw the 20 I have left at it, Kevin.
He's always trying to fucking get us
congratulations. You can make $60.
You know what, Kevin? Before we lock it in, let's throw $21 at it.
Just so you can be solidly in the red?
Even though we're going to play Anthem real fucking soon.
All right. It is locked in.
All right.
Okay. Andre, yours is a little trickier. I'm giving you 4-1 odds.
Okay.
I feel 100% by the end of March and likely before Christmas, we are going to see some sort of new color scheme or special edition Joy-Con 2s. We've had the black ones for a long time here. Now I'm going to give you the choice at 4-1 odds to call a franchise for them to be designed after, or a color scheme with like what I think is fair to say, like pretty. We won't be too strict on the judging for this. But if you want to put some money on you guessing what the Joy-Con 2s that will, and if there's multiple ones, as long as something close to that iteration comes out, we'll give you the win.
So you're saying, like, if I guess that there's going to be new Animal Crossing Joy-Con 2s or something,
or even just color. I think if you. I almost want to even say, if you said like hot pink, you're like, I really think hot pink is going to come out, and they come out with a pair that's like hot pink and lime green. I think we would call that a win. Cause I realize that there's, if we start talking about like different colors on either sides, it gets way too restrictive into what we could do. I'm kind of wondering. I'm wondering about getting white Joy-Con 2s because that was only restricted to the OLED last generation.
I was literally going to say black and white. I was literally going to say that, or white. That's exactly what I was thinking. So maybe that is my answer, white. So do I have to like? Okay, am I betting that there will just be any other colors, or do I have to pick the color?
No, you have to pick the color. You have to pick. Make a call on what you think the Joy-Con 2s are going to be. I mean, we're all in agreement that probably by the end of March, it's almost a certainty we're going to see a different flavor of Joy-Con 2s.
That's the thing. I don't think we are.
I'll be honest and say I'm surprised we didn't see anything else so far.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we are. But if I'm going to put money on this, I am going to put money on white, and I'm not going to put a lot of money. I'm not very confident about this. So I'm going to put $50 on white. Let's lock it in.
Chose white. $50. Yeah. Okay.
50 on
$50
white.
You're in. All right. My bet needs a little bit of leniency because we're ending these at March, and this is going to stretch slightly past March to figure this out.
Okay.
I am calling that we are going to see Wario in the new Mario Galaxy movie, despite Wario having nothing to do with the Galaxy games. I think Wario's making an appearance. Oh, you think this is a safe bet?
Yeah, Steve, yes. Do you think
so? I don't feel like it's that safe.
Even if we're counting the post credits, I'd say 2-1 odds.
Any appearance of Wario, yeah. I don't mean like a Wario poster or something. I mean like Wario.
Even if he's at the end going, I think it's gonna happen.
I think it's absolutely happening. I think you can count on it.
2-1 odds.
2-1.
You guys are so fucking cheap.
Dude, it's happening. I don't see how it's not happening. I mean, like, I feel, come on.
Foreman's Spike was in the last one. I mean, come on.
I'm shocked Wario wasn't in the first one in some capacity, actually. He's got to be here.
I just feel like 2-1 odds. God damn, but I'm going to put $25 on your 2-1 odds.
Ooh.
Lock it in.
Like it.
So
sassy.
All right,
recap.
Okay, so again, real quick, by the end of this month, Steve didn't bet on Prime 2 Remastered coming out this year. Andre's got 200 on Phil Spencer being gone by the end of the year, and I've got 95 on Clear Obscure Expedition 33 for Game of the Year.
Yep.
For new bets, Steve has got $21 riding on Metroid Prime 4 being the best-selling game in the franchise by that point, by the end of March. Andre has got $50 on White Incorporated Joy-Con 2s coming out before the end of March, and I've got $25 on Wario in Mario Galaxy.
All right. Sounds good to me. May we all win something, or may you guys play Anthem?
All right, before we go, I have a cartoon question I want to ask Steve, and this has become a recurring thing when I'm watching cartoons. I like literally just out of the blue, I'm like, wonder what Steve thinks about this. Remember, I asked about Shrek. I was curious what your thoughts were. The other night, my daughter and I decided to turn on Ren and Stimpy, and I was curious what your thoughts are on Ren and Stimpy, just because it's kind of in a unique spot in my mind, like early 90s. Like that was the first real like gross out cartoon that I can remember that was still like aimed at kids. And I'm just wondering if a young Steve with a budding appreciation for and a deep love of animation, like found that to be, like that they shouldn't be doing that with cartoons at all, or if you thought Ren and Stimpy was sweet.
I was a kid and there was fart jokes on TV. I liked it.
Okay, so you didn't like find it like off-putting in like the grand scheme of cartoons at all?
Kevin, it was the 90s. Do you have any idea how bombarded by all of that we were?
No, I know. I think about...
I know you keep saying you're dramatically younger than us, but don't you remember how much... we were all insulated by the boogers.
When we hear you like talk about Animaniacs, because there's such a like... there's like some slight parallels, but there's such a like differentiation in my mind of Animaniacs and Ren and Stimpy. And I can just see somebody who's like, I really love Animaniacs. I see like art of value in Animaniacs being like thinking of Ren and Stimpy as a decidedly lesser cartoon, I guess.
No, Ren and Stimpy's not a lesser cartoon. Rugrats is a lesser cartoon, but that wasn't the question you asked me. No, Ren and Stimpy was important. I still don't get why everyone likes Rugrats. Like, oh boy, it's babies and they're surrounded by negligent adults.
He just wants to shit on Rugrats. He does not care about your question anymore.
That's okay.
He does not care.
It's okay. If he needs a forum to shit on Rugrats, then I can fall on my sword.
I mean, I felt bad when Stu needed to make pudding at 4 a.m., but after that, it's like, oh man, what are you all doing?
Okay, well, like, to me, who never really watched stuff on Nickelodeon, Ren and Stimpy would occasionally come on MTV. So that's how I saw it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like, so, but to me, it didn't feel that different because, as you guys know, I've talked about it a million times on the show. I loved all the MTV animation shit. So Ren and Stimpy kind of fit in with that to a degree, and with Beavis and Butthead and stuff, it's like Steve said, it was just the 90s. So it's just kind of like, that's just what it was. As for like stuff that's quote unquote tamer, like Animaniacs or Earthworm Jim or whatever else I watched at the time, it just kind of slipped right in. Yeah, it was a little like weirder, but I didn't necessarily like think of it. Beavis and Butthead is what I thought of as like, okay, this is some next level. Like, what are we even fucking doing here? I never really thought that way about Ren and Stimpy. Obviously, in retrospect, I do, but.
It's funny you brought up Animaniacs and Earthworm Jim because today those would be like, what the hell are we doing?
But that's cartoons, right? That's whatever we always look back on a Nintendo. You look back at Ben 10 now or something. It's like, what is even happening? Right? Like, so that's just the way things go. We're very in the moment with the cartoons.
Okay. I'm satisfied.
That's how I feel. Even though you didn't ask me. You asked Steve.
No, it's okay. I did. It's interesting, even like you talking about it in the context of like watching it on MTV, because I feel like that's a different experience. Watching, if you're like an MTV fan and seeing that show up, you're probably going to digest it differently than watching it on Nickelodeon.
For sure. And I did. I feel like I definitely did, because of my age at the time. And plus, like I said, the other stuff I was into, and it just made sense. That's when I was also discovering like alternative comics, I guess, or just weird out there fucking, not Marvel comics and stuff weird shit that I would see at like Tower Records or something in the correct section, like it just, I was discovering stuff like that too. I was starting to get into anime, right? So Ren and Stimpy didn't feel that fucked up to me, I guess, Yeah,
I mean, I think in the context of watching it on MTV, it's going to seem like one of the tamer things. Whereas if you're a younger kid watching on Nickelodeon, it's going to be like, the real young kids might be, that might be one where the parents are like, okay, we're not going to watch this. It's, a bunch of fucking litter boxes and boogers and whatever.
Oh yeah. I definitely knew households that were not allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy for sure.
I mean, I did too, but also, what else was on all over the place? Looney Tunes, and they invented cartoon violence.
Right, but it wasn't like this. This was
No, it's okay if we shoot all the cartoon characters in the face or crush them to death or fire them out of a cannon, but boogers and litter boxes is a bridge too far.
Ren and Stimpy has got like definitely more of an element of morbidity or like just this like it's kind of off-putting in a way.
For sure. Yeah. So it was never my favorite. At the time, I did find it a little off-putting too. Just like some people found Beavis and Butthead off-putting, but to me, that was like my fucking favorite because, of course, it was 1993 and I'm a tween. Yes, Beavis and Butthead is my favorite fucking thing in the world. Why wouldn't it be? That's exactly who that was made for.
Oh, everyone found that off-putting. It was so off-putting that I was not allowed to watch it. But we don't have MTV. You're not allowed to watch it. Okay, geez, fuck.
Ren and Stimpy is worse than Beavis and Butthead, if you ask me.
Hey, don't be pointing that stuff out.
They probably take it in like different ways. I think a lot of parents, when they're like talking about like jerking off in the shed, that's where the parents might be like, that's fucking crossing the line. They're Ren and Stimpy weren't jerking off in sheds.
That is true. I mean, but me, the stuff I liked on Beavis and Butthead was the music videos. They'd sit there and riff on the videos. That was fun. That's what me and my friends would literally do in real life. So to like see two cartoon assholes do that half the episodes was just like the best. I loved it, Anyway, I think that's about it. Let's get out of here. Thanks for joining us. Check the description of this podcast to find our names on social media. We'll see you in another couple weeks for another big deal. Till next time, bye.
You've been listening to